Hello and welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center Faculty Training. This is the main menu of the training course. The training course is made up of 7 modules, all of which can be accessed here by clicking on their respective pictures. Now just click on the first module to begin the training. And again, welcome to the Salt Lake Center. All new employees must complete the following tasks. Complete an I-9 form, get a BYU ID and lanyard, obtain a parking permit, update your personal information on myBYU, and complete any additional important training. The steps to complete each of these tasks will be covered by clicking the Next button in this module. Complete an I-9. New faculty members need to come to the Salt Lake Center and bring with them either a current passport or an original, non-laminated Social Security card and a current driver's license. This must be completed before they begin teaching. Get your BYU ID and lanyard. Student Services provides each instructor with a lanyard and a BYU ID card holder. Your ID card is required to access parking, the administrative offices, and it identifies the instructor as an employee of the BYU Salt Lake Center. To get your ID and lanyard, visit Student Services, which is on the 3rd floor. The BYU Salt Lake Center has designated reserved parking stalls on P3 in the parking garage located under the Triad 3 building. This area is accessed from North Temple. Faculty may also park in the structure off of 4th West. If you drive to the top level, you can walk into the building on the 3rd floor. In order to park in the reserved areas, faculty and staff must have a parking sticker attached to the lower left corner of their rear driver's side window. If you do not have a sticker in your car's rear window, you may receive a parking ticket. Staff at the Student Services office can issue the stickers. There's a short form to fill out when requesting a parking sticker. Please have the following information available to complete the form: the make, model, year, and license plate number of the vehicle. You may request 2 stickers if you will be driving more than one car. If you sell the vehicle, you will need to request a new sticker for the new vehicle that you intend to park in the parking garage. It is very important that all of your personal information be up to date on myBYU. We use this information for mailings, creating contracts, and for emergencies. We request that you pay special attention to adding a cell number in the Campus Emergency Alert contact information, and that you provide an emergency contact for us. To make changes to your personal information, 1. Click on myBYU button at the top right of the screen of the BYU.edu homepage. 2. Under Campus Links, click on Communication. 3. Scroll down to Personal Information. 4. This will bring you to the Summary page. Click on Contact in the blue ribbon. Before entering the classroom, we ask that every teacher be familiar with FERPA, Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974. This federal law protects the privacy of student education records. Additionally, we ask that you abide by copyright laws. We ask that all our faculty take a moment annually to review these important issues as well as issues specific to BYU Salt Lake Center. If at any time you wish to review this material, the links are provided below. As a member of the Salt Lake Center faculty, there are many policies and expectations you'll need to be aware of and apply in your work. This module will introduce you to many of those policies and expectations, such as BYU's Honor Code, preventing and responding to sexual misconduct, faculty expectations, and many more. Click Next to learn more about these policies. As a faculty member of the Salt Lake Center, you are requested to do the following: attend, when possible, any departmental trainings or meetings. Prepare a course syllabus congruent with program outcomes for all classes taught. Monitor student ratings and myBYU, making sure your hours per credit hour and average GPA is similar to that of courses in your department on the Provo campus. Additionally, be aware of your Rate My Professor ratings. Submit final semester grades for all classes taught in a timely manner. Have a scheduled one-on-one visit with the undergraduate program administrator and a classroom observation. Develop a relationship with the department on campus. Complete annual trainings via Y-Train. On the rare occasion that you will be late for class, please contact the front desk at 801-933-9400 and let them know. They will inform your students that they should wait for you. If it is after 5:30 p.m., please call the library at 801-933-9421. If you have a same-day emergency and need to miss class unexpectedly, please let your students know via Learning Suite and call the front office at 801-933-9400 or the library at 801-933-9421 if it is after 5:30 p.m. A note will be placed on the door of your classroom informing your students of your absence. The honorarium schedule for 2017 to 2018 is as follows: Graduate students, $895 per credit hour. Instructor, $1,085 per credit hour. Assistant professor, $1,170 per credit hour. Associate professor, $1,270 per credit hour. Professor, $1,380 per credit hour. BYU Salt Lake Center does not provide substitutes for teachers in the event they cannot teach their class. If you need a substitute, you can ask the undergraduate program director for names of others who may teach that class. Another option is to ask someone you are familiar with who is qualified to teach the subject and who is willing to follow the honor code at BYU. Faculty members are expected to make payment arrangements with the substitute. As a faculty member, it's important to understand the types of financial assistance that's available to non-matriculated students at the Salt Lake Center. Please encourage any interested students or potential students to contact Student Services at the front desk. There are 4 types of funds your students can consider. General financial assistance, available to all non-matriculated students attending classes at the BYU Salt Lake Center. Humphreys Single Parent Endowment. Applicants must be a single parent, male or female, guardian of 1 or more children under the age of 14, and have a demonstrable financial need. Brown Endowment for students with disabilities, available to students with a chronic handicap, disability, medical condition, or illness. And Hardship Assistance, a need-based scholarship for hardship cases. Non-matriculated Salt Lake Center students can access academic advising by contacting Marilyn Richards and Carol Steppen, who are both on site. Please advise students interested in academic advising services that they can contact Carol at 801-933-9430 or via email at carol.steppen@byu.edu. Or they can contact Marilyn at 801-933-9434 or via her email at marilyn.richards@byu.edu. Tutoring services are available to many of the Salt Lake Center students through a partnership with BYU Independent Study and BYU Online. Currently, tutors are available to students taking the following Salt Lake Center courses: Writing 150, Econ 101, Stats 121, and all math classes. Students can access tutoring modules, have a live chat with a tutor, or make an appointment for an in-person tutoring session. On your first day of class with your students, please ensure the following topics are covered. Finals are only given during scheduled final times. No exceptions. The number to call if there is an emergency while at the Salt Lake Center is 801-240-2771. Posters with emergency information are posted in every classroom. After calling 801-240-2771, then call 911. There is security on the block that can respond more quickly than Salt Lake City Emergency in the event of life-threatening danger or illness. All new students or students from the Provo campus who have not attended the Salt Lake Center before will need to get a new ID card if they want to use the parking garage. IDs can be obtained in room 324 or the library. Free t-shirts are available to students at the front desk and in the library. Coupons for BC Cafe are also available in the front desk and in the library. This information will be placed on the podium in your classroom for your review with students on the first day of class. All BYU Salt Lake Center faculty are expected to abide by BYU's Honor Code. Please take a few minutes now and review the Honor Code's expectations by accessing your internet browser and typing in this web address: https://honorcode.byu.edu/. All instructors and professors can help their students maintain academic honesty by doing the following. Create multiple exams that you can cycle through each semester. Don't allow your students to keep their exams after they have taken them. Allow students to come to your office to look over test questions and discuss answers with you or your TA. Provide students with everything they need to be successful. This might include study guides, class PowerPoint presentations, or review sessions. Clearly define for your students what academic honesty is before tests and papers are due. This is a good opportunity to explain the appropriate use of websites like Course Hero. Provide examples and illustrations of what you define as cheating on these types of websites. Determine what you consider to be your intellectual property. Do you mind students posting some of your material? This may include quizzes, homework assignments, tests, readings, PowerPoint presentations, etc. Explain to students the university expectations with respect to academic honesty and the consequences of academic dishonesty. In accordance with Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, BYU prohibits unlawful sex discrimination against any participant in its education programs or activities. The university also prohibits sexual harassment, including sexual violence committed by or against students, university employees, and visitors to campus. As outlined in university policy, sexual harassment, dating violence, domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking are considered forms of sexual misconduct prohibited by the university. University policy requires all university employees in a teaching, managerial, or supervisory role to report all incidents of sexual misconduct that come to their attention in any way, including but not limited to face-to-face conversations, a written class assignment or paper, class discussion, email, text, or social media post. Incidents of sexual misconduct should be reported to the Title IX coordinator at T9coordinator@byu.edu or by calling 801-422-8692. Reports may also be submitted through EthicsPoint at http://titleix.byu.edu/report or by calling 1-888-238-1062. This support line is open 24 hours a day. BYU offers confidential resources for those affected by sexual misconduct, including the university's victim advocate, as well as a number of non-confidential resources and services that may be helpful. Additional information about Title IX, the university's sexual misconduct policy, reporting requirements, and resources can be found at http://titleix.byu.edu or by contacting the university's Title IX coordinator. Exam preparation days and the final examination period are to be protected for their intended purposes. No other activities or events will be scheduled on campus. Any review sessions during this time must be voluntary. Scheduled final examinations are to be administered according to the published final examination schedule as to date and time. No exceptions to this policy will be granted unless approved in writing by the department chair. Finals are not to be given or taken early. Second-term class examinations will be given at the time shown in the schedule. First-term examinations will be given during the last regular class period. If illness or other uncontrollable circumstances prevent the taking of an examination at the scheduled time, the student is responsible to inform the class instructor as soon as possible. The instructor may give the grade incomplete depending on the circumstances. The incomplete cannot be given unless the student and the instructor together prepare a contractual agreement. Note to students: if you have conflicting examinations or 3 or more examinations in one day, your instructor can make individual arrangements for an alternative test time. Note to faculty: if the system assigns the same exam time for 2 of your day classes, please contact college and department support at 801-422-7675. For evening classes, contact evening classes at 801-422-2873. Salt Lake Center Final Exams. Final exams for the BYU Salt Lake Center classes are held at the regular class time for each class during the final exam period unless scheduled by the instructor in the BYU Salt Lake Testing Center. Final exams will be moved to Saturday during winter semester for Thursday classes to avoid conflict with graduation exercises and during fall semester with Friday classes to avoid conflict with an exam preparation day. Should a conflict arise between the exam schedule of a Provo and a Salt Lake Center final exam, it is the responsibility of the student to talk with the instructor as soon as possible to make other arrangements at the Salt Lake Center. Faculty are encouraged to take advantage of educational opportunities near the BYU Salt Lake Center, such as field trips. Before taking a field trip, please contact Kevin Bazant and let him know where you are going, the date, and provide him with a class role. This enables him to make sure all participants are covered by liability insurance for the duration of the trip. You can contact Kevin at 801-933-9437 or by email at kevin.bezzant@byu.edu. Cancel carry decisions. We begin making cancel carry decisions regarding the courses that will or will not be offered about a month before each semester or term begins. We strive to keep our minimum class size around 8. If a decision is made to cancel your course due to low enrollment, you will be notified via email. Incompletes. On occasion, circumstances arise that require a student be given an incomplete grade. An incomplete grade may be given for non-academic extenuating circumstances, serious illness, personal injury, death in the immediate family, etc., that arise after the discontinuance deadline, the 12th week of a semester or the 6th week of a term. The student must have attended up until the discontinuance deadline and be passing the class. Please contact Becky Lueck at rebecca.lueck@byu.edu for assistance in giving incompletes. More information can be found at this web address, https://registrar.byu.edu/incomplete-contracts. This section will discuss safety and security at the Salt Lake Center. Pay close attention to this information because it will be critical if an emergency situation ever arises. You will first watch a video that covers basic safety procedures at the Salt Lake Center and explains the safety posters you will see around campus. After that, you will be given some additional training on email security, child protection, and faculty background checks. Listen carefully and take notes if it will help you remember this important information. When you are ready, click Next to begin the safety video. Hello and welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center. We're glad to have you aboard. Please pay close attention to the safety briefing, which could contain life-saving information should an emergency ever occur. You may be quizzed after the presentation. Feel free to pause and take notes whenever you'd like. First, let's take a look at the safety posters you'll find throughout campus. The phone number at the top, 801-240-2771, should be dialed for all medical and safety emergencies. Calling this number may send help to your location faster than simply dialing 911. The poster is split up into 5 sections. We'll cover them all together. In a medical emergency, you should first report all injuries or serious illness at 801-240-2771. Second, clearly state the medical need and location, which is the BYU Salt Lake Center, and your room number. And third, if you feel it's necessary, have someone else call 911 as well. In an evacuation, you should first proceed quickly and calmly to the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators. Second, meet at the parking lot southwest of the amphitheater. And third, instructors will account for all members of their class. Instructors, remember that class roles are downloadable on the BYU mobile app. These are the evacuation routes for the interior floors. This is the first floor. There are 2 exits on the west and south sides. Proceed quickly and calmly to the nearest exit as designated by these orange arrows. This is floor 3. There is 1 exterior exit that leads to the parking garage and 3 stairwells that will take you to the lower floors. Head to the parking lot exit or to the nearest stairwell. This is the 4th floor. There are no exterior exits and 3 stairwells. Again, please do not use the elevators in an evacuation. Elevators can be delayed or have technical issues, and the purpose of an evacuation is to exit the building as quickly and calmly as possible. The procedures of what to do in a fire emergency are very similar to evacuation plans. However, you should first pull the nearest fire alarm, second, notify security of the location of the fire, and third, evacuate the building. Fire alarms are usually located by exits or stairwells. The first floor has 2 fire extinguishers and 2 fire alarms. Floor 3 has 4 fire extinguishers and 5 fire alarms, again, mostly by exits and stairwells. The 4th floor has 5 fire extinguishers and 4 fire alarms. All of these alarms are located by either stairwells or elevators. Unlike fire and evacuation plans, in an earthquake, you do not evacuate immediately. You should first move to a safe place away from windows and take shelter under a sturdy desk or table. Second, evacuate the building only after the shaking stops. And third, avoid stairwells if possible and never use an elevator during or after an earthquake, since the elevator could be damaged. The final situation is a lockdown. This generally implies a shooter or other serious threat from a person. Remain as calm and focused as possible while acting quickly when the need arises. First, students and faculty should remain in the classroom or other enclosed areas. Second, lock the door by pressing the lock button on the interior door handle. Third, block the door when possible and turn off all the lights. Fourth, move away from doors and windows. Fifth, silence all cell phones and remain quiet and hidden. Bear in mind that even when on silent, phone vibrations can be very loud. Be sure to go into your phone's settings, find your sound options, and turn vibrations off. Speaking of phones, it's highly recommended that all staff and students sign up for Y-Alerts. Y-Alerts send text message updates to your phone regarding emergency situations. When possible, you can even be updated on specific locations of shooters or other dangers. To sign up for Y Alerts, simply go to your myBYU homepage and access your account management. Then click on Update Contact Information. Now click on Campus Emergency Alert Contact Information. Now simply type in your phone number to receive text messages. In addition, you can also sign up for email alerts as well. And that's it. Y Alerts are the safest way to receive information during a lockdown or a shooting. And those are the standard procedures for emergency situations. Again, the main goal is to act both quickly and calmly in any emergency situation. Thank you, and again, welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center. Email safety and security. As a Salt Lake Center faculty member, you are encouraged to go to Y-Train, BYU's internal training management system, enroll, and watch this informative video about email safety and security. Background checks. Background checks are required for all Salt Lake Center faculty upon being hired and, subsequently, every 2 years. Notice for this background check will come to the email address you've provided from a company called TrueScreen. Make sure you complete the Y-Train courses for the following: Child Protection Training and Science Room Safety. The Salt Lake Center is located at 345 West North Temple in Salt Lake City in the Triad Center Complex. This section contains several useful tutorials on many of the different aspects of being a faculty member at the Salt Lake Center. From BYU's Learning Suite to the mobile app to the testing center, there are a lot of things to learn, and we hope this section will help you figure it all out. If you don't understand it all now, that's okay. You can always refer back to these tutorials later. When you're ready, click Next to begin. In the next few pages, you'll be introduced to the following resources and tools: Testing Center, Parking Information, Request Books and Desk Copies, and Request Copies. As a Salt Lake Center faculty member, you'll need to be proficient using our Testing Center services. Please take a few minutes now to review the provided tutorials. Likewise, you can email the Testing Center at slc-testing@byu.edu for more information. If you haven't already done so, you can watch the Testing Center training videos linked below. Parking Information. The BYU Salt Lake Center has designated reserved parking stalls on P3 in the parking garage located under the Triad 3 building. This area is accessed from North Temple. Faculty may also park in the structure off of 4th West. If you drive to the top level, you can walk into the building on the 3rd floor. In order to park in the reserved areas, faculty and staff must have a parking sticker attached to their driver's side rear window located near the lower left corner of that window. If you do not place a sticker in your car's rear window, you may receive a parking ticket. Staff at the Student Services Office can issue the stickers. There is a short form to fill out when requesting a parking sticker. Please have the following information available to complete the form: make, model, year of vehicle, and your license plate number. You may request 2 stickers if you will be driving more than 1 car. If you sell or retire a vehicle, you will need to request a new sticker for the new vehicle that you intend to park in the parking garage. The Salt Lake Center instructors are able to make grade changes online once grade processing has finished for that semester, and it has been moved to a historic semester status. Instructors can begin the grade change process by going to their grade roll in myBYU. For more information on changing grades, please follow this link: https://registrar.byu.edu/grade changes. After consulting with a department on campus, faculty choose books for their classes. Carol Lynn Mallon can help faculty acquire instructor or desk copies from publishers. Once a book is selected for a course, she can put it on the BYU My Book list so students can see it. Additionally, she can help instructors learn how to do this for themselves. You can contact Carol at 801-933-9435 or email her at carol_MALIN@byu.edu. If you need copies, contact Student Services for assistance. Student Services are available Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please send copy requests via email to the following address: slc.copyroom@byu.edu. When requesting copies in person, obtain a copy request in the faculty room, on top of the filing cabinets, or from Student Services or the library. A 24-hour notice is required for all copy requests. After 5:30 p.m., if there is no one available to make copies at the Student Services, please go to the library for assistance. In the next few pages, you'll be introduced to the following resources and tools: BYU mobile app, picture rolls, Duo, Learning Suite, and TEC Podium. Submitting student grades is, of course, a critical part of your job as a Salt Lake Center faculty member. If you need help submitting your grades, call the front office at 801-933-9427. You can also find some helpful hints at this web address, http://registrar.byu.edu/grade submission. Here are some important things to keep in mind as you submit your grades. Make sure you get the final notification that the grades have been received by the Records Office. The text appears at the top of the grade roll thanking you for submitting your grades. If you do not receive this message, we have not received the grades. Make sure your browser allows pop-ups. If you have disabled pop-ups on your browser, the submission process will not work. If you have created a gradebook, you can submit your grades to AIM directly from the gradebook. If you change your mind and want to submit through AIM, use the Instructor Schedule page, CLS05, to change your submission method. If you have problems, call the Records Office at 801-422-6567. We can help walk you through some problems or figure out ways to get the grades to us if there are problems, as long as you contact us prior to the deadline. If you have a large class, you may want to save the grades periodically as you enter them. This way, if there is a problem as you submit or post, you won't lose all the work and have to re-enter it again. Submission sometimes takes a while, especially if there are large enrollments in the class. Log into AIM, grade 01, again later, but prior to the deadline, and double-check the status of your rolls. Under the status column, it will list your classes as submitted or posted if we have received your grades. Federal regulations require BYU to collect the last date a student attended, participated, or turned in an assignment if they are receiving a failing grade. When submitting grades through the university system, you will be asked to provide additional information when submitting a failing grade. Learning Suite is a learning management system created by BYU and in current use at the BYU Salt Lake Center. For help with Learning Suite, go to this site, http://lsinfo.byu.edu/instructor-help. You can also contact the Office of Instructional Technology directly at 801-422-4000 if you have any questions that are not addressed through the provided link. What exactly is Duo? Duo is a two-step verification that adds a second layer of security to your online accounts. Verifying your identity using a second factor, like your phone or other mobile device, prevents anyone but you from logging in, even if they know your password. Is Duo required at BYU? Yes and no. For security reasons, all BYU employees, including student employees, will be required to use Duo. Additionally, certain data, including direct deposit information and financial statements, cannot be viewed or edited unless the user has logged in with two-step verification. If you wish to access such data, you will be required to enroll in Duo. For the time being, non-employee students are encouraged, but not required, to enroll in two-step verification. To learn more about Duo, go to guide.duo.com. Hello and welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center. Let's talk about the BYU mobile app, available on both iOS and Android devices. You can customize the app with all sorts of options, and we suggest adding the Class Roles button. Now select your class, and a picture roll of the class will appear in alphabetical order. Click on a student to see more information on them. If you'd like help memorizing student names, head back to the roll and, instead of clicking on the student, click down here on the flashcards button. Now you'll be taken to a random student picture. Guess their name and then click on the reveal button to see if you were right. Now click next to be taken to the next student. Repeat this process as many times as you need to, navigating with the previous and next buttons. This is a great way to get to know the students and an essential app feature to have in case of an emergency. In the case of an evacuation, be sure to take roll when you and your class are safe in the southwest surface parking lot. Another useful feature is the Cougar Cash option, which allows you to add and check funds on your ID card. Hungry for a quick snack from the vending machine? Simply add funds whenever and wherever you are. The app will also keep a running tally of your Cougar Cash transactions. Feel free to explore the other optional buttons and customize the Y app to your needs. Again, welcome to BYU Salt Lake Center. The next section of this training is a video tutorial covering the TEC podiums you'll see in classrooms. These systems control what the projector is displaying and what the classroom speakers are playing. The YouTube video tutorial will cover everything you'll need to know to operate the system. Welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center. In this video, I'll explain how to use the TEC or TEC podiums or TEC display screens you'll see in the classrooms. Let's get started. This is a photo of a TEC display. They're usually located on the walls or podiums at the front of classes. This is the TEC display touchscreen. There are touch-sensitive buttons on the right side. The buttons are power, home, brightness of the TEC display, and up and down arrows. Usually the up and down arrows will be for adjusting the output volume. Down here you might see some power outlets, video inputs, and a yellow HDMI jack input. Most TEC podiums will have HDMI cords built into them, but if you prefer to use your own, you can plug yours into this yellow HDMI slot. Now let's talk about the main TEC display menus. As indicated, press the screen to start. This is the Display tab. This is usually your main menu that will appear when the system turns on. These buttons change what this TEC panel is controlling. The device control works like a remote for the DVD player or IPTV. Audio control directly controls the audio output so you can make it different from the other output. By default, they are the same, but if you are having audio trouble, you might want to check that tab. This box will show which input type is currently displaying on the screen. By default, it is set to blank. If you would like the projector to display what is on your provided classroom computer, click the TEC PC button. Use these buttons to choose which input will display on the screen. Cables are color-coded to match the buttons on the screen. When plugging in an external laptop, the HDMI cable is the best one to use. This slider controls the volume. You can drag the marker up and down to raise and lower the volume. The button with the speaker up top will mute or unmute the sound if you click on it. Now let's look at the Device Control tab. This section controls either the DVD or Blu-ray player or the IPTV input. Use the buttons like a remote to change channels or navigate menus. Now let's look into the Audio Control tab. This section controls the audio. You shouldn't usually have to use this tab, but if you want to show images from one source and audio from another, or want audio without an image, you should come here. Also, if your audio isn't playing, you might try coming here after checking to see that the volume is up and unmuted. This button will turn off the display on the projector screen and make audio only play from the selected source. And those are the basics for the TEC displays. Thank you for watching. In the next few pages, you'll be introduced to the following resources and tools: SLC website, email aliases, student ratings, and access other syllabi. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center website training. This video will show you around the basic features of the website. You can open the Salt Lake Center website by going to slc.byu.edu. This page should appear. This is the home page. There are several helpful resources on the home page, but you'll need to scroll down to see them all. To see the details of each one, just click on the links it provides. Sometimes the title is the link, like with Why Attend the BYU Salt Lake Center. Others, such as Upcoming Schedule, have links in the description that you can click. The website is organized based on the different types of people the Salt Lake Center serves: future students, parents, and faculty. Click on each one to see the resources available. We will review the faculty page. This is the faculty page. You'll need to scroll down to see everything that's available. Again, just click on whatever meets your current needs. The website is full of useful information and should be one of the first places you look for answers to questions. But if you can't find what you're looking for, feel free to turn to the Frequently Asked Questions resource for help. Thank you, and again, welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center. Hello, and welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center. Let's talk about the Adjunct Faculty website. The Adjunct Faculty site has everything you need to get started. Let's look at the toolbar up here. The Teaching tab will contain valuable resources such as Course Design Quick Start, Getting Started with Learning Suite, and Students Consulting on Teaching. Under the Resources tab, you'll find important links such as a link to the Adjunct Faculty Resource Fair, Campus Map, Department Contacts, and Frequently Asked Questions. The Policies tab is where you can find the official policies on topics such as the aims of BYU education, disabilities, discrimination, and the Honor Code. Feel free to explore these tabs, and if you have any questions, remember to check the Frequently Asked Questions link under Resources. Thanks for watching, and again, welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center. The university does not provide email accounts to adjunct faculty. However, Faculty are encouraged to create an email alias for their accounts. To create an email alias, do the following. 1. Open a browser. 2. Go to www.byu.edu. 3. Log in to myBYU. 4. Under Campus Links, open the Communications drop-down menu. 5. Click on Email Alias Manager. 6. Click on Add New Alias unless limited has been reached. 7. Fill in alias and forward to boxes. 8. Click the Save and Exit button. 9. Click on the Sign Out button at the top. At the end of each semester, each student is asked to fill out a course evaluation. Please encourage your students to do this for each course you teach. A few weeks after the semester is over, these evaluations will be available to you via myBYU. Access your student ratings. 1. Go to myBYU. 2. Under Campus Links, click on the School tab. 3. Scroll down to find student ratings. We ask all Salt Lake Center faculty members to monitor their ratings and use them to improve your teaching. Additionally, please make sure that the hours you spend outside of class per credit hour and the average GPA of your class is similar to the same course taught on the Provo campus. When needed, the Salt Lake Center faculty can access other instructors' course syllabi. This is helpful when setting up a course for the first time or getting fresh ideas for your course. To access other course syllabi, go to BYU Syllabi directory at https://syllabi.byu.edu/. We're glad that you're now part of the BYU Salt Lake Center faculty team. As a faculty member, you will be an integral part of realizing the mission and vision of the Salt Lake Center by teaching and mentoring your students in ways that both challenge and inspire them. Best of luck, and again, welcome to the BYU Salt Lake Center.